Are you voting for her, or will you not say because you don't want to endorse her? Just curious, because not sure where you stand. What difference does it make in your calculation? Like I'm being for real. Like, it doesn't change my analysis even a little bit. What difference does that fucking make? I don't know why people keep consistently asking me. I've already told you, okay? I don't know. That's it. And it has nothing, it literally has nothing to do with my analysis regardless. Okay?
Taking away health insurance.
But that's his position. She's clearly changed on, and
No,
she
she
has said
hasn't.
she has changed. Yes, she has.
No, she has not. John, she has not said that. She has not. You pointed out, Senator Sanders, repeatedly things that her campaign has said. Anonymous aides speaking on background to reporters has said, well, she no longer believes these things. Okay, maybe she has changed her position on things like taking away your health insurance and confiscating your gun.
And to the many people in the chat that say, oh, dude, your advocacy for her will change the outcome of this election, then they should listen to me. Okay? Perhaps people don't want to watch you if you are voting for Trump. Yeah, if you think I'm voting for Trump, then you should probably stop watching me, stop watching anything online, and immediately check in to a mental institution to get, you know, some kind of competency test, because you would have to be hallucinating an entirely separate reality. I was just a guess, lol. Because if you're not voting at all, that tells me a lot. What? It doesn't tell you. First of all, I've never said I'm not voting at all. And secondly, it doesn't tell you shit. It also doesn't change my analysis at all. So what the fuck are you talking about? Like, everything that I talk about campaign strategy from the Republican side as well. Like, what do you mean? Does that mean I'm a Republican strategist? No. It's so funny to me when people can't comprehend the concept that people on the left having different personal beliefs and convictions. Like, you know how libbed up I am? Imagine if I was constantly coming after you for not matching my lib level is how these chatters act. Yeah. What's your opinion on single issue voters, even when the single issue is morally just and deserves defending? I mean, I think it's understandable. Guys, we are fundamentally at odds if you are a firm and committed believer that, like, everyone should be voting on the basis of harm reduction, because most people don't do that anyway, okay? You just are wish casting a different universe, a different reality. And you want me to present that reality in my advocacy, okay? I'm not going to tell you to vote on harm reduction. I will tell you, vote whoever the fuck you want to vote for, as long as it's not Donald Trump, okay? You know, I will never tell you to vote for Donald Trump. I will urge you not to vote for Donald Trump. That would be ridiculous. Having said that, however, it is perfectly valid, perfectly understandable, perfectly normal. It is, as a matter of fact, probably the fundamental starting point of a democratic process, okay, to demand concessions from your elected representatives. That is why we have a democracy. Okay? Like, why the fuck do we have a democracy if that's not how this works? If there is no basis for the democratic process, Okay, if there's no base for the democratic process, and there are plenty of undemocratic things that happen, okay, regardless, like the top of the hour ad break, unless there is an outsized number of people who are subscribed at the top of the hour, so they don't even see the 3-minute ad break at the top of the hour, which, by the way, you can be a part of that group, a part of that constituency, by subscribing for $6 or for free with a Twitch Prime, or by getting gifted a sub. Okay. Why do people act like Trump will be better on Gaza issue? I mean, they're wrong if they do say that. They're objectively wrong. But as it stands, it's not Donald Trump that is currently conducting the genocide. It is the Democratic Party. That is a fact. You don't want to recognize that fact, and you want people to hyper-focus on something else that they are not going to hyper-focus on. It's just not how it works. Okay? Just like I can't move the needle in a genuine direction that is the opposite of like what mainstream media is pumping out, what the campaigns are pumping out. I just can't. I can't do that. I don't have that kind of power. No one does. No person outside of the much larger media ecosystem has that kind of power. Okay? Anyway, here's the 3-minute ad break now. Like I said, it's coming for you.
If she has changed her position, she owes it to the American people to come out and say in her own words when she changed and why she changed. That's one reason why she needs to address the American people and speak to these questions.
Yeah, one of the many reasons.
Right.
See, and I laughed too because this guy, another one of these pollsters, said, "I don't think you should talk to press at all." Because she's doing good the way she is right now. She should just be talking to the people. She doesn't talk to the people. She talks to them, doesn't hear any of the questions. She's not listening to the people. She goes and gives a speech in front of a supportive crowd.
Through a teleprompter.
Right, through a teleprompter. And by the way, I'm not too sure. Her momentum is done. So Trump had it in July. She had it in August. But now it's flat-footed tie. And in places like, I don't know if you've seen the Siena New York Times poll, in Georgia, Trump's up 6. So there's a push, and there'll be a bump from this. But after this, I think people are really going to have a discerning look at what exactly she stands for, because you can't even dispute what she stands for because you don't know what Kamala Harris you're fighting. Are you fighting the vice president? Are you fighting the senator? Are you...
Kamala won't magically win this election. Everyone must do what they can, especially if you have an audience. Brother, I don't think you understand this, okay? Politicians need to earn your votes. That is what the democratic process is about. Okay? If you want me or my community to go out and do door knocking and vociferously defend Kamala Harris, then you need to understand that she needs to give the progressive side of her base something that they can stick to. Okay? I don't care. This is a nice narrative, but Trump is literally on the other side. I know that. That's not how this works, though. Because even if I were to fucking turn around and engage in a door knocking operation for Kamala Harris, which would be hilarious because there are no policies to door knock for. Okay, there's literally nothing you can do in your advocacy. If you were currently going to engage in a canvassing operation for Kamala Harris, there is no material that you can use. Did you know that? No, you don't, because you're operating on fucking vibes like a dumbass. Okay, there is literally no campaign materials to canvass on currently. What the fuck are you talking about? This is why I always say you cannot change the trajectory of a campaign. If a campaign is making the wrong moves, the most I can do, the most impact I can have in this upcoming election is if by some random happenstance, I have Kamala Harris staffers that are watching that then go, oh shit, he's actually right. We should probably work on this and change it. That's the most impact I have currently. Huh. It is very frustrating that people constantly engage in this silly ass fucking harm reduction argument when that didn't fucking work in 2016. Okay? No politician is owed your support. They are not entitled to your support. They must earn it. This is the fundamental principle of democracy, of the democratic process. Stop fucking chirping, smile and dial. Okay? Because if you consider what you're doing to be canvassing currently in the digital sphere at the behest of Kamala Harris's campaign, you're actually barking up the wrong tree. Okay? You are not going to be able to move me or many members in this community on this position. You're certainly not going to be able to move me on this position. Okay? Especially if you think that this is the first time I've encountered this narrative. I guess you weren't here in all of the other election cycles that I have obviously covered. Okay? Go lobby the fucking campaign to get them to hear the demands of the progressive base in order to secure their support. Because that will have significantly larger impact on the outcome of the election than you being able to successfully lobby me into advocating for Kamala Harris.